Yes, sir.
Sweet sassy molassie. I'm not running decks awash right now because the waves are a little bit raucous. But we do have a plane here, and we're going to try to get under as best as we can. He's going to cross our path. Maybe he won't see us. I guess I could actually go on deck really quickly, but I probably will not be able to see him. Yeah, it's too late. Can't use the targeting thing to see him. Well, it may just be a mystery plane. Oh, nope, it's not a mystery. It's a tiny spot, and that is one of those Japanese seaplanes, which I've already forgotten the name of. Vroom. Oh, it's a biplane. Never noticed that before for some reason. Actually, I think I did, but I just forgot. I don't really like to get a up-close and personal look with these things very often. Well, there you go. So there are enemy contacts in here, at least, of some kind, although we can't shoot at them. But the presence of the enemy is somewhat encouraging. As you can see, we've made some significant progress through this area, and have had no enemy contact. The fact that we're starting to run into something is okay in my book. I mean, we got far enough away from that guy that it wasn't an issue. So we're going to stay under for a little while, and just kind of crawl around on the bottom of the ocean for a little bit. Well, not quite the bottom. Hopefully not the bottom. And see if we can hear anything interesting, but I mainly just want to get that guy out of the area first. There's another one. This area is hot. Hot and heavy. And that guy's coming in hot. He's coming in right for me. Hopefully we can get under here in a hurry. What was that? Was that where he was at? Yeah, he was off to port, it looks like. He might already be pretty high up there. There he is. Can't tell if he's coming in for an attack. It is another seaplane. He's going right over us. He's starting a dive. That is one hell of a dive, sir. Is that anywhere near us? Wow. How did you not stall? Is that anywhere near us? It was fairly close. We got under pretty quickly, though, so I think that worked out. Whew. I didn't know a biplane could do that.
Yes, sir.
Good lord. Alright, well, dodge that one. That was a little bit close, though. Haven't heard any contacts. That wasn't too long after that last attack, so this is seems to be an area of significant interest to the enemy. So we're gonna see if we can run into anything, but since it has been just such a short time, we haven't heard anything yet, but I'm thinking we might. Just getting ready to adjust our course because we're about to hit the line there. He's coming towards us. Ooh, it looks red. Oh, it's because it was nighttime last I came up. And he is definitely going to see us. And definitely going to attack us. I was not running decks awash. The seas are now calm enough that that makes sense for me to do that, but I have not done so.
Current depth 10.
We're getting under pretty well, but I don't know if it's going to be well enough. Where is he? Yeah, he should be off to starboard. I can hear him. Whoops. He's not going to be underwater. That would be immediately obvious. Hey, there he is. Here comes the bomb. He's going to drop it right on top of us, it looks like. Nope. That little blurry mark is actually us. But we're so far under that he didn't really have a chance. Nice. So he dropped it well to port. Excellent. But that is a little bit of a warning for me. I do need to run decks awash from now on. For this very reason. Because he kind of came out of nowhere. So, as usual, we're going to stay under for a wee bit. And see if we can find any targets. Why don't we just do a quick scan together as a family? We went through the night without getting any kind of contacts whatsoever. Of course, usually you're going to run into planes during the day. So, there's nothing here yet, but there's got to be something in the area because they're sending out a lot of seaplanes. So I don't know if they're coming from over here. I went very close to Ternate here, and there was nothing, no sound contacts, no visual contacts or anything like that. So maybe I'm going to keep going this way, and we'll run into something there. There's probably a task force in the area of some kind, because the Japanese are really bringing the hammer down in this area. So I'm expecting something, but I just don't know exactly where it's going to be, so we'll see. Alright, well, we're done here. Nothing happened other than getting buzzed by some planes. As you can see, our star here has faded. It's a lovely, poetic, and somewhat haunting image, I guess. But we're done, so we haven't really been assigned a new grid. All that command has said is to conduct combat operations in the Celebes Sea at our discretion. As you guys know, I'm not very discreet, so I may not end up staying here a whole hell of a long time, because I don't know if there's really going to be too much action here. So I need to think about what I'm going to do from here, but that might entail going north into the Sulu Sea and possibly into South China Sea, but we'll have to think about that because that could be a little dangerous. I feel a little bit bad about all this because this grid or this location was assigned to me because the Japanese invaded the actual island of Celebes, which is kind of a crazy looking thing here, but they invaded right here on, I believe, the 27th. It's now the 3rd, so I think that we got into position too late. I don't know if it was because it was moving too slow or what, but that's what happened. So I don't know. I mean, I think that I was supposed to run into more action than I did, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Nothing is guaranteed in the silent hunt. But we will try to go find something, and the question is, where do we go? I'll have to consider my options, consider all the probabilities and logic and whatnot, and once I kind of marinate on it for a little bit, I will let you guys know what the plan is. We've got some rain, we've got some waves apparently, and we've got some clouds and all kinds of weather happening right now. But it doesn't matter because we're going to be getting out of here. I've decided on what we're going to do after some consideration and meditation and defenestration and other things that end in ation that I probably shouldn't repeat here. We're going to be circumnavigating Borneo, essentially. We went up through here, and then we went through here, and now we're going to go over here, and then around, and then we're going to go this way, and then to Surabaya. So that is the idea. That is the crux of the plan. We do have enough fuel, but I would not like to be put into the position of having to then have to go to, like, Darwin, or, well, I wouldn't be able to make it to Fremantle. We only have about 9,500 kilometers worth of range left. So we really can't mess around too much. Hopefully we'll be able to at least refuel in Surabaya, because I know that the Battle of Java is going to start kicking off, and that Surabaya and all the other ports around here are going to start getting bombed. So we'll see how that goes. But that's the plan for now. I'm just hoping that by going a little bit north and into enemy seas that we'll be able to hit some targets, or at least see some targets, because this has been pretty depressing. We really haven't seen a whole lot of enemy action in this area, so hopefully we will remedy that with a good old shot of torpedo cylind. Ooh, that sounds really gross. That sounds like a euphemism. Well, anyways, that's what we're gonna do. Alright. You know what? I got so excited by this that I forgot to start recording, and I apologize to you guys, because you can see I've already started to lay in a course for this, but anyways, we got flash traffic. Gordon's alive! From Comsub Asia to forces afloat. Heavy IJN units in transit from Cam Ranh Bay, which is in Vietnam, up here, to eastern Sumatra, so they're probably starting their invasion in the area of Palembang here. They're expected to be in the area of 3 degrees north and then 108 degrees 30 minutes east, which is this spot here. I already marked it out. And they're going to be there at approximately 1800 on the 11th of February. It is now 1 o'clock on February 10th. Units operating within striking distance attempt to intercept. We will be at that spot in 24 hours, but I'm going to increase our speed probably. In fact, I will. And I've got us going here first. I don't know if that's necessarily necessary, but maybe we'll run into some advanced elements. I don't know. That's probably unnecessary. We're going to go this way and then this way. And we're going to increase our speed so that we can get to the party early. And I hope that there will be very many explosions caused by torpedoes there. We have had no contact from this entire point, or from this entire length here. We started... I think my last recording was here, and then we had nothing. So it's been a very boring patrol, and I'm really, really pumped about this news. That's partly why I'm fumbling over words and making an ass of myself. So I hope that this lives up to my idiotic expectations. So task force should be here in about, it said 1600 hours. We're going to have plenty of time to get into position. It's actually probably not necessary to even go to a head standard, but I'd rather be early to the party than late, so... Alright, it's our moment, gentlemen. Let's live up to it. Or something. Okay, kiddos, we got the old Telltale Chug, which is one of Edgar Allan Poe's lesser-known works. And it was about 10 minutes ago, so I figured I'd give us some time to get close to whatever may be out there. I'm expecting them to be somewhere in this direction, maybe? But no such luck. As I believe I've explained before, this game just does this obnoxious thing where when it loads ships, it could even be just a single ship sometimes, it'll noticeably stutter. And what'll happen then is you'll be like, oh, well, there's a ship out there somewhere. Maybe I should dive. And I try my very best to ignore it because it feels like cheating. But it was so noticeable in this case that I have to believe that our task force is in the area. So I'm just doing a quick scan of the horizon line here, just to make sure there's nothing in visual range, and there's nothing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive.
Periscope depth.
I have us going to the exact spot, or thereabouts, where they're supposed to be, but I don't think that that's necessarily going to be exactly where they're going to be at. We should go to 2/3.
Ahead slow. Yes, sir.
Hey, Macarena. Okay. Just vaguely audible here. Say 25 degrees. To 350. That works for me. That suits me right down to the ground. 25 first. $25. 350. Okie dokie. Let's bring that in a little bit. Loverly. Okay, now I think what we'll do is we'll stay under for... Let's give it another 5 minutes. I think that might have been it there. Okay. $35 to $350 again. So it's expanding that way, maybe. Let's take a look, though. That's funny. It's crossing that line. But let's look at the 350. Or the 35, was it? I think it was 35. It is now! 35. Okay, what the hello is going on? I think that they're heading right for us. So they're heading to that point here. They could be heading due south in that case. Just trying to... This is not in any way, shape, or form a scientific method. Galileo would deeply disapprove of this. This is just for me in my chimpanzee-like brain. This is my way of figuring out kind of just a generalized idea of where ships are going. The fact that they're not moving noticeably on this axis, I mean, maybe with slight preference this way, they could be going south-southeast, I guess. They're heading south is the important point. That eliminates half of the map, so that's good. Let's go on the surface then.
Surface the boat.
See who's on the watch team here. Lethal, Spitzenhund, Hans, Logitech Saw. I'm gonna need your keen eyes to help me here. It's kind of a vain hope, but whatever. Smoke! There's smoke and the faintest outline of a ship. Some silhouettes there. Ooh, that's much closer there. That looks like a light cruiser. But the rest of them, their profiles are not as definite as that. We are not getting very many Alfred Hitchcock-esque profiles here. So let's, well, we are turning now. Let's see here. What was I looking at here? I was looking at waves, apparently, and also this. I think they're heading... If they were heading southeast, they would be pointed the other direction, so that eliminates that. I think that they're heading south-southwest. So let's bring it down to this. Turn is complete. Let's actually go due west because I want to be in a good firing position for this. They're actually late. It's 18:05 right now. Naughty, naughty. They'll pay the price for their tardiness. There's an escort there. I think that's a frigate or something like that. Not a whole lot. I mean, there's a lot of smoke out there, but there's nothing so far that is that tantalizing. There's a light cruiser, though, and that is a hell of a lot better than nothing. Okay. Let's actually mark him out. He was at about 80 degrees, if I remember correctly, but I usually don't, so let's do that again. Yeah, 85. We'll mark it 85 right now. In fact, he's going to be considerably less than that by the time I get to marking him in. We'll put 80. And if they're heading south-southwest, something like that, I want to get to about here. That's not a... Again, these are not scientific methods at all. These are just me guesstimating. I really do need to do some reading up on some of the more sophisticated methods of range finding and things like that, and course finding, but I'm lazy, as we all know. I'm going to give it another 5 minutes before I take another look at them. This is the 5-minute method. It's not the 3:15, it's the effing controller 5-minute guesstimate method. Yeah, he's looking pretty close. I want to be sure that I don't run afoul of him, though. Or him. That looks like that could be a destroyer or something like that. Okay, maybe then... Shoot.
Ship spotted. Ship spotted. Bearing. Yes, sir.
We're getting all kinds of... Yeah, and that's definitely a task force marker there. We could report this to command. Let's go ahead and do that, so that if we die, they'll at least know that we found them. Oh, have we already gotten our response to that yet? Estimated speed 13 knots. Well, that's handy. I forget that it does that. That is ridiculous. Okay,
Ship
well...
spotted.
We should get a response here any minute. Okay, I'm noticing that this guy's swerving a little bit, and that guy is worrying me. I'm going to go
Yes,
under.
sir. Yes, sir.
It's my new objective. Sink IJN warships. Okay, I think I can... Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Subpack N2 did not have any pervious... pervious indications that these IJN units are underway. You guys gave me the report. What the fuck does that even mean? Okay, whatever. Clearly there's some lack of communication here, but that's okay. We're gonna steer, because I can see plainly on the contact thing here, it's pointless for me to ignore this, that these ships are going this way. It's kind of lame, but yeah, we need to get considerably closer than this, so I'm gonna keep us under for a wee bit
Contact. Warship,
and
sir.
put us
Closing. Bearing.
silent.
Yes, sir.
Long range.
Good. Okay. Ooh, there's a lot of them. Just getting an idea of what's in here. Some of those sound fairly big. I mean, we have the light cruiser for sure. For sure, man. Let's put the scope up. Now, these waves are going to make this a barrel of laughs, but it's all we've got. I really don't think staying on the surface for too long is a wise decision with those destroyers lurking around, so... Okay. Oh, that's something big. That is something big. What is that? It's not the Yamato. You know what, actually, now that I'm already looking at these, I hate to say it, it just feels like I'm picking on them, but these are just butt ugly. I mean, they're adorable like a pug is adorable. They've got these enormous shit stack, what are these, superstructures that just look like somebody's, like a mud pie. They just kept heaping shit on top of each other, or all on top of this, and it's just a god-awful mess. This is just... They're all ugly as sin, and this monstrosity here isn't even in existence yet. As you can see, it's late war, but we'll talk about that one later. That's the least hideous of them all, I guess, but it's still pretty gnarly. But I don't think... my point that I'm coming to rather clumsily is that I don't think that those are battleships, or that's a battleship, because it's got too compact of a profile. Scroll through here. Yeah, I'm thinking it's a heavy cruiser of some kind. I'm very well acquainted with the general profile of heavy cruisers from my Silent Hunter 3 career, so that'll be nice. We might be able to take a shot at them. They're in the area of 10,000 tons. Oh, you're close. Hi. That is a light cruiser. There's something over here, but let's... Balls. I can't really see anything right now because of the waves, and I don't really want to be too excited about... I could go up a little bit to get above the waves a bit, I guess. But that's dangerous with that little guy in the area. I don't like him. He's not my friend. Kind of lost track of what I was supposed to be looking at here. Well, let's start from the back. We can see something here, maybe. Nope, we can't. And there's possibly another heavy cruiser there. That it does look like a large target. That is probably it's possibly a really desirable target for us if it is indeed a heavy cruiser. I just want to get another look at it, though. Yeah, I think that might be what that is. So this is not a bad task force. I'm pretty happy with it. Oh, even better. There's one there. Okay. Alright, well, they're a good distance away, so I don't know what I'm going to do in the meantime. There's something here, though. Is that another heavy cruiser? I think that's the heavy cruiser I was just looking at. Let's just make sure of that. No? What a... Wait. What was that? What the fuck was that? Hold on. Waves...
Yes, sir.
Just cut that shit out right. Oh,